Fall is officially here in the South, which means one thing: everything is active and feeding, which is the perfect time to get out and fish. As you guys can see, I have a ton of lures tied up. That thing could sink the boat. There's one. Oh my God. There's one. Oh, that's a fish. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no, don't do that. Talk about an aggressive fish. Get up here. Yes. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have the truck, we have the boat, and we are currently at the river. We're about to go out and do some fall bass fishing, which is my favorite time of the year because not only is the weather nice, but the big bass are feeding up for the winter time, which means they pretty much eat anything. And today's video is actually sponsored by Deep Dive, so they're gonna help us get on some fish. So we're about to go ahead, launch the boat, head to the first spot, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about Deep Dive, and we're going to cast around some baits and hopefully catch some big fish. All right, we've made it to the first spot of the morning. We're gonna start off here, but I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Deep Dive. If you don't know what it is basically an app that you download onto your phone, and it is loaded full with everything that you need to know about fishing. We're talking water clarity map, we're talking wind effects, we're talking the weather, the top baits tool, tournament patterns. There is literally everything on Deep Dive, and it makes it super helpful to go out onto the water and pull up your phone, pull up Deep Dive, and get on some fish. So today we're gonna be using the top baits tool, which is my favorite feature. It basically shows you the best baits in your area, what color and where to throw them, but also the water inflow point map, which is my favorite, as well as the top baits, because it is super helpful when you're fishing the river. Basically, a water inflow point is something that pushes out fresh water. So we're gonna be fishing creek mouths today, which push out that fresh water, and bass and bait just love to hang around it, and it is basically an easy spot to catch some fish. So we have a bunch of features that we're gonna put to use today. I'm gonna tell you guys about it as we fish, and hopefully we find a big one. If you guys wanna check out Deep Dive for yourself, they'll be linked down below in the description. I use it a ton when I'm out here, and it always helps me find some fish. So let's go ahead, let's grab a rod and reel. As you guys can see, I have a ton of lures tied up. These are actually all of our top baits. We have a swim bait, a jerk bait, a creature bait, a spinner bait, a crankbait, a little tiny swim bait, and a buzz bait. But I think we're gonna start off with my personal favorite, the spinner bait. I feel like this is just gonna be our MVP of the day. It's the perfect time to throw it. It's the fall, the fish love it, and they just can't resist it. So we're starting off on this rock wall that leads to a water inflow point. And what this does is it actually holds fish. Not only is because the rock heats up and it's a little bit warmer, but this water inflow point pushes out that fresh water, and bait fish love that. They eat the little microorganisms. They like to hang around it. It's fresh, and the bass will follow up and kind of sit underneath them and just pick them off and eat them. So this is a perfect spot to throw our spinner bait. It looks like a little shad, and it's perfect for matching the hatch. I really think today is going to be one of those days where, like, the morning bite's going to be either good, or it's going to take a little bit for it to warm up for these fish to really become active. So the water temperature is currently 65 degrees, so I don't know if they're really going to be moving around early, but I guess there's only one way to find out, which we're getting some pretty good looking stuff, so I think we're about to find out very quickly. We're definitely going to be picking the spinnerbait back up, but I want to grab the old buzz bait and see if I can't maybe get a topwater bite, because we have a nice morning. The sun's coming up. It's starting to warm up just a little bit, so maybe I can get one to come out for this topwater bait. Oh, there's one. Oh, you're so little. He was so tiny. Little spotted bass. Oh, he's back. There's no way I can catch him. There's no way I can catch this fish. He may have been a 5-inch spotted bass, but there's one. Oh, he led us to a friend. That was so cool. Wow, that was a good bite right there. Get up here. Talk about a topwater bite, man. As soon as it hit, he jumped on top of it. Let's go. Let's go. You cannot beat a buzzbait bite in the morning time. Let's go. Well, there we go. First fish of the morning. A nice largemouth. Nothing too crazy, but it is a beautiful fish. Hit the buzzbait so aggressively, which is a good sign because it's a good fall bait, and when they hit it that hard, you know that they want it. So we might throw the buzzbait all day long because, you know, with the fall coming up, we have the temperature to do it. And if they keep biting, I'm all for a topwater bite. So let's go ahead, let's get them back. Oh my god. That thing could sink the boat. It is literally the size of the boat. Holy crap. Oh my god. That might be the biggest alligator I've ever seen in my life. That is horrifying. Alright, so I have fished this entire bank line with the buzzbait. We ended up with one largemouth, 2 bites from a spotted bass, and seeing a gator that could probably sink the boat. But I don't know if it's because it's early morning, it's still kind of cold, that these fish don't really want to commit on this thing, or if we're just not in the right spot. So I think we're gonna make a move here and see if maybe we can find some fish, because we found a few on this bank, but it was nothing like it usually is. So obviously they're doing something a little different. I gotta go hunt them down and find them. But our next spot, I have a lot of confidence in, so I'll see you guys there. All right, here we are, next spot of the day. Let's see if there's any fish hanging around here. I feel like this is gonna be a really good area. A lot of rocks, which the fish love during the fall time. Oh yeah, the water temperature is like 2 degrees warmer over here, so this should be a good spot to throw the buzzbait. Oh my god. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Oh, it came out of nowhere. Oh, that was a good one too. Oh, there's one. Nope, came off. Oh my gosh. There he is. That's what I've been looking for. That was a crazy bite. Golly, hammered it. Get up here. This guy right here, he's not the biggest in the world, but he did blow up on the buzzbait very aggressively. So we will take him. Let's go. All right, well, it's been kind of slow, but we have our second fish of the day. A nice spotted bass. Absolutely crushed the buzzbait. I don't know if it's because the weather's been cold, the water's kind of cold, that the fish are kind of slowed down today. They're a little finicky. But we've had a lot of bites with the buzzbait, just not enough to commit to it. And this guy right here committed. He blew up on it extremely hard. And hey, we got another fish, so we're gonna get him back and keep casting. See you, buddy. Whoop. Let's try a little crankbait on these rocks. See if a little reaction bite might be the juice. That's a fish. I was like, that's a weird rock. Nope, that is a fish. Come here, buddy. Get up here. Welcome to the boat. Well, there we go. Another one. Nothing too crazy, but hey, he is another fish. That is a top bait of the day. and he absolutely hammered the crankbait. I honestly thought he was a rock for a second, but I just kept feeling a little boom, 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 and then he started swimming off. So I guess he was just attacking my crankbait, but hey, that's another fish. Let's get him back. See ya. Well, the reaction bite could save us today. It's been very slow, which I think it's just with our weather been changing so much. But hey, if those fish are up shallow on these rocks, this crankbait will definitely draw them out and draw them in for a bite. So I like it. We're probably going to keep throwing this for as long as possible, and hopefully there'll be some more that come up and eat this thing. Ooh, there's one. That was a nice bite, although that is the smallest fish I have caught today. Oh, he's very tiny. Well, would you look at this monster? Woo! Man, he almost broke my rod coming in. He is a giant. I'm just kidding, but that was a very aggressive bite on that big old crankbait for this fish right here. That's actually crazy. Like, how did Buddy think he was going to eat this? Like, look at my crankbait. Look at this fish. Oh, that is very funny though. See you, buddy. Whoop. He adds to the board. He's just microscopic, but it's okay. Oh, 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 oh my God. Oh, there he is. No, I had him. No, that was a good fish, man. I saw him following it on live scope. He smacked it. I set the hook a little too early. I think we're gonna send it with the buzzbait again because they're blowing up around me. So let's see if I maybe can get them to come up for this thing. We are back on the rock wall, searching to see if some of these fish are up here feeding, because those shad like to sit on the wall. Plus it should be warmer water over here, so they should be hanging around. Oh, there we go. We're hooked up. That's a good fish. That's a good one. It felt like a good one. It's better than the last one we caught. Get up here. Let's go. Well, as soon as I landed against the wall, this fish decided to absolutely demolish my buzzbait. Nothing crazy, but he is an improvement for our last fish. That was very tiny, but hey, we're making progress. It was a topwater bite. We'll take it. Thanks, buddy. Woo. All right, well, after catching one on topwater, I decided to come back over here to this rock wall and fish the crank. I feel like it was working pretty good for us, so let's see if there's any more fish hanging around over here. What we're fishing is a really good spot because not only is there a bunch of rocks which provide cover and places for shad to hide, but also there's trees that are above all these rocks hanging over the river, which means that insects and stuff like that can fall in, which makes a perfect feeding place for bluegill. So the bluegill hang around the rocks, the shad hang around the rocks, and then the bass come to hang around the rocks so that they can eat the two that are just chilling. There's one. Oh, that's a fish. Yep, that's not a rock. That's a good fish too. That might be our new biggest of the day. Stay on, baby. Stay on. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good fish. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh, that's a good one. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's a really good fish. All right, we're gonna have to go to the back to land him. Oh no, don't do that. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Wow. Talk about an aggressive fish. Get up here. Yes. New biggest of the day. Let's go, baby. Look at that largie. Woo. Well, right here we have our new biggest fish of the day. Look at this guy. An absolute beaut. Ate the old crankbait and crushed it. I mean, it was a fun fight all the way to the boat. Man, it's so nice to catch a largie on the river because they're just so aggressive. They live in the current. They are very mean, and they love to eat, especially in the fall. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy back and keep cranking. Woo, who would have thought the square bill would be smoking on the day? I had this thing tied up for the last time I went out to the lake. And I was like, oh, no, I want to retie that. And I was like, nah, I'll just keep it on. And I found this rock wall, and it is loaded with fish. All right, crankbait. keep going. Let's see if you can get another one. That's so funny. I was sitting here talking about how I just see a bunch of small marks, and there's an occasional big one, you know. And then finally, after hooking the smallest fish in the world, we got a nice one. That's what I'm talking about. Let me just tell you guys, the one thing I love about deep dive is there's a fish. Not only do you just catch fish left and right, but we were struggling this morning. Oh, there he goes. We were struggling this morning, I won't lie. And there's so much information on there that you can literally go and try out any lure in the suggested area, and eventually something's gonna work. And that today has been the crankbait on the rocks for us. I mean, we have been smoking them left and right. Big, small, we're catching them all. And that's what I like to do. I mean, this rock wall, I came over here, I wasn't real sure what I was gonna throw on it or how good it was gonna be, but it has definitely paid off for us, and I think I'm just gonna continue to follow the pattern. All right, since we have found a really good bite, what we're about to do is go ahead and make a move downriver and try and find something extremely similar so we can throw the same thing and chase after the same bite, which is the crankbait on the rocks. That reaction bite seems to be the way to go. Maybe it's because the water's pretty cold, but also it is the fall. So anything that moves, they're just instantly, they have to turn their head and just eat it. So that's what we want to do. We want to get the reaction bites. We want to make it in their face where they can't resist it. And that's exactly what we're doing on the rocks. So we're going to make a move. I'll see you guys in the next spot. You know, let's throw a spinnerbait around. I got a good feeling about it over here. A little rock wall spinnerbait action. Come on now. Oh, they're our first cast at the spot. There we go. There we go. Get up here. Whoa, little guy. Appreciate you on the spinnerbait. Thanks, bud. Oh, as soon as I hit the water, we're hooked up. God, that was sick. Come here, buddy. Come here. Get up here. Let's go. Seems like it doesn't matter what lure it is, as long as it has that movement that draws them in, they are crunching. See you, bud. Man, when we first got out here, I think the water temperature was like 60, 65, 68-ish, somewhere around there. Now it's 71, almost 72. And the bite has been way better. It's good to know. I think that's why we had such a slow morning. I think the fish were just cold. They didn't want to chase anything. They were just kind of doing their thing. But now that it's warmed up a bit, they are all over our moving baits. Oh, 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 that was so sick. I watched them come out of the rock and just swarm it. That was so cool. I feel like the spotted bass love to hang around the rocks, and they just sit there and hide in them. And when something comes by that they want to eat, they just attack it. Thanks, bud. Well, as you guys can tell, we have the boat loaded up. We're about to go ahead and get up out of here. It was honestly a good day. Started off pretty slow, but as the sun came up, it warmed up a bit. We found a pretty nice little pattern, and we followed it through the rest of the day and ended up catching a good amount of fish. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I do know we had 2 nice ones, and then everything on top of that was just bonus extra catches, and we even had some cool bites. So I mean, not a bad day at all. Can't complain. It was just a nice fall day, and you can't beat it by getting out here and doing some fishing. But huge shout out to Deep Dive for helping us get on some fish today. If you guys want to check them out, they will be linked down below in the description. I use it all the time when I come out and fish, and it is a big help. But I'm about to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.